Welcome back in the new sphere of the chapter, that is refraction of light through spherical lenses. We were discussing about the refraction of light from different transparent media, air, water, glass and so on. Now we are going to discuss about the refraction of light through spherical lenses. Now here a spherical lens, the term spherical lens, what is a spherical lens or what is the lens? Lens is also a transparent media or transparent medium bounded by two curved surfaces or even plane surface or curved, means bounded by two surfaces. A transparent medium bounded by two surfaces, and in common practice these two surfaces are the curved surfaces. So when the light passes from such a medium which is bounded by two curved surfaces, such medium is known as a lens, or the medium behaves as a lens depending on the curvature of the exposed surface, means refraction takes place at the surface of the spherical lenses. So these spherical lenses may be of two types. One is called convex lens and another is called concave lens. What do we mean by convex lens? The lens in which the outermost surface, means through which the material, transparent material is bounded externally, are curved outwardly, means if both the surfaces are bulging out like this, means outer surface is bulging out outwardly, such transparent medium is called a convex lens. A convex lens may be considered as the intersection of two solid transparent spheres. A convex lens may be considered as the intersection of two transparent solid spheres whose one of the side is the part of other sphere, means opposite sphere, means left side is of the lens or the curved surface is the part of right sphere, and the right side may be considered as the part of the left sphere. So the curved surface or the curvature of the lens is nothing but the curvature of the solid, imaginary solid sphere of which the lens is considered as a section. In the same way, concave lens is considered as the section of two solid spheres, kept in touch, means when two solid spheres are placed side by side in contact, then the space between these two spheres when becomes transparent, it is called the concave lens. Means both the outermost surfaces of the concave lens is curved inwardly. There is a depression in the outward surface. Means in the concave lens, the edge is thickest and the midpoint is thinnest. On the other hand, in convex lens, the edge is the thinnest and the midpoint of the lens is thickest. So this is the difference between concave lens and convex lens. We have seen earlier in spherical mirrors. In spherical mirrors, for each mirror, there is only one center of curvature, because each mirror is considered as a section of a hollow sphere, single hollow sphere. But here, each lens is considered as a section of a pair of spheres. That is why there are two centers of curvature for each curved surfaces separately, either in case of convex lens or in case of concave lens. But what is the difference between the centers of curvature of these two? In case of convex lens, the center of curvature is not real. Why? If we consider a particular curved surface, means the bulging out surface, the center of curvature of this, suppose that side 1 and side 2, if we are considering the center of curvature of side 1, then it lies towards the side 2, and the center of curvature of side 2 lies towards the center of curvature, lies towards the side 1. Means center of curvature of side 1 lies towards the side 2, and the center of curvature of side 2 lies in the side 1. This is the difference. But in case of concave lens, suppose there are two sides, refracting sides, and these refracting sides may be 1 or 2. Suppose here we are going to denote the two refracting surfaces of a concave lens denoted by 1 and 2. Then in case of concave lens, the center of curvature of side 1 lies in front of refracting surface 1, and for the side 2, the center of curvature lies in front of the same curvature, that is 2. The center of curvature is in front of the refracting surface itself. It means the centers of curvature are in front of the refracting surfaces, whereas in case of convex lens, the center of curvature are of opposite sides, are lying opposite sides to the refracting surfaces. Now let us see what happens when light passes from the two distinct lenses, means convex lens and concave lens. The convex lens is considered as a converging lens, whereas concave lens is considered as a diverging lens. What does it mean? What do we mean by converging lens and diverging lens? Converging lens means when the parallel beam of light passes or get incident on any one curved surface of the lens, on passing through it, means after refraction, the refracted rays get converged at a particular point, means with the increase in the path length. As the light moves away from the lens after refraction, the refracted rays come closer and closer to each other, and at a particular point they get intersected or they get merged at a common point. This point of convergence at which all the refracted rays get polarized, means get concentrated at a single point. This point is called the principal focus of the lens. Principal focus of the lens. On the other hand, when light passes through the concave lens, when the parallel rays of light or a beam of parallel rays when get incident on any curved surface of the biconcave lens, they get refracted after passing through the lens, and as they get refracted through the lens, the refracted rays get separated from each other, move apart from each other as they proceed ahead, as they go in forward direction. The relative distances between the rays goes on increasing, means the refracted rays become more and more wider from each other, widen from each other. But when these diverged beam, such separation of rays of light from each other during the propagation of the path, such rays are called diverging rays or diverging beam of light, and lens is called diverging lens. But when we produce these diverging beam of light in backward direction, in opposite direction, then these diverged beam of light meet virtually, not directly, virtually at a common point opposite to the refracted rays, means towards the incident ray. These points of convergence, means intermittence of these rays indirectly, virtually, is known as principal focus of the concave lens. So, in both the cases, both the lenses, there is a point of convergence or the point of divergence. If we observe the diverging beam from the front side, these beam of light appear to be emerging out of the point where they have been extrapolated and meet at that point. So the point which we have traced by extrapolating the divergent beam or diverging rays of light, they appear to be coming from that point, although the actual site of the light rays are different, but they appear to be emerging out of that point. So that point is called point of emergence. And in case of convex lens, where the refracted rays actually meet together at a particular point, are called point of convergence. So these are the different terms related to the point of convergence and point of emergence in convex lens and concave lens respectively. Now there are certain terms related to the refraction of light. Just like the reflection of light through spherical mirrors, means incident ray. Incident ray means the light coming from, the light rays coming from the source. When I strike the surface of the lens, curved surface of the lens, then the rays of light are striking the particular surface is called what? Incident ray. And the ray passing through the lens get deviated from its path, because lens is made up of a specific transparent medium. Commonly the lenses are made of transparent glasses. So the rays passing out of the lens are called refracted rays. Now what is the aperture of a lens? Let us consider the aperture. Aperture means the lens, the refracting surface of a lens is almost a spherical, circular, it is a part of a sphere, but the edge of the lens appears as a circular. So the diameter of the edge of the refracting surface is considered as the aperture of the lens, means it is the mouth, refracting piece of the lens. So this is the aperture of the lens. It is denoted by mm dash or ll dash, whatever be the case, you may express it anyway. So this is aperture. Now just like the pole of the spherical mirror, there is a midpoint of the refracting surface of the lenses. In case of convex lens, the thickest portion of the lens, means the point where the thickness of the lens is maximum. The point where the thickness of the lens is maximum is called not pole but optical center here. In this case, the midpoint is called optical center. In the contrast to the convex lens, in case of concave lens, the thinnest point of the refracting surface, is called the optical center, optical center. So this is optical center. Thinnest point means the point on the refracting surface which has minimum thickness is called refracting, means optical center of this lens, concave lens, optical center of this concave lens. Now what is the center of curvature? Just I have told earlier that center of curvature is the center of the imaginary solid sphere of which the curved surface of the lens is considered as a part, as a section. Do you follow? Means the center of the solid sphere of which the curved surface of the lens is taken as a part. It is denoted by C. Since there are two curved surfaces in each lens, so these centers of curvatures are denoted by C1 and C2. C1 and C2. So in both of the cases, in case of convex lens or concave lens, the centers of curvature are denoted by the symbol C1 and C2. Now let us come to principal focus. Now at first, prior to this, let us come to the axis. Axis means that is called principal axis. So what is the principal axis of a lens? The imaginary line passing through the centers of curvature as well as the optical center of the lens. The imaginary line passing through the centers of curvature and the optical center is known as principal axis. It is denoted by x dash. A straight line passing through the midpoint of the refracting surface or the lens is called principal axis. Now the next term related to this, the principal focus. Principal focus. In case of convex lens, principal focus is the point on the principal axis. Principal focus is the point on the principal axis at which the parallel beam of light coming from one side of the lens get converged at that point in other side. Means after refraction. Means when the parallel beam of light coming from one side get incident on the curved surface, means bulging out surface, and after passing through the lens, means after refraction, these refracted rays get concentrated, get converged or intersect each other at a particular point on the principal axis, and that point of intersection on the principal axis is known as principal focus of the convex lens. In case of concave lens, the parallel beam of light after refraction get diverged. That is why this lens is also known as diverging lens. So that when the diverging beam of light are produced in the backward direction, they appear to intersect each other at a particular point on the principal axis, and this is nothing but the principal focus of the concave lens. Since here diverging beam do not intersect actually They are produced virtually in backward direction. They are produced in backward direction. That is why the principal focus of concave lens is not real. But in case of convex lens, it is real. Now let us come to the other definable points, that is radius of curvature and focal length of the lens. So first let us come to the radius of curvature. What is radius of curvature? Radius of curvature is the distance between optical center and the center of curvature of the lens. Optical center, that is midpoint of the lens, to the center of curvature, means center of curvature is denoted by C and optical center is denoted by O. So the distance between O and C means the perpendicular distance between optical center and the center of curvature is called radius of curvature. It is denoted by capital R. It is denoted by capital R. Now, principal focus, we have already understood. What is principal focus? The point on the principal axis at which the divergent beam appears to be emerging out, or in case of concave lens, and the point of convergence of the refracted rays are called principal focus. So the distance between the optical center and the focus, principal focus of the lens is called focal length. It is denoted by a small f, sign a small f. So these are the different terms used to express the various quantities related to the refraction of light through spherical lenses, that is convex lens and concave lens respectively. Now the next one is the refraction through these lenses give rise to the image of the object or the light source, means image formation through the spherical lenses, and for this image formation we will discuss about the nature of light rays, that is incident rays, after passing through the lens across some particular specific points, just like the nature of deviation vary when the incident ray passes through the lens across different positions, just like the parallel beam of light, or the light passing through the principal focus, or light passing through the optical center. So there are different situations which will give different results of the refracted rays. Just like in case of convex lens, the parallel beam of light or the rays parallel to the principal axis after refraction passes through principal focus, means parallel beam of light or the parallel ray of light to the principal axis after refraction through the convex lens passes through the principal focus. On the other hand, the parallel beam of light or parallel ray of light after passing through the concave lens, means after refraction through the concave lens, get diverged, and this diverges ray of light, when produced in backward direction, they meet at point F, means at a point on the principal axis, that is nothing but the principal focus. Means the parallel beam of light, after getting refracted through the concave lens, the refracted rays appear to be emerging out of the focus of the concave lens. Now another situation, when the light coming from the source or the object get incident on the refracting surface of the convex lens, what happens? The light getting incident through the principal focus on the refracting surface, after refraction becomes parallel to the principal axis. Means the incident ray passing through the principal focus after refraction through the convex lens becomes parallel to the principal axis. In the same way, in case of concave lens, what happens? The incident ray passing through the principal focus, means getting incident along the direction of principal focus, getting incident along the principal focus, after refraction become parallel to the principal axis. Means after refraction get parallel to the principal axis. And the third situation, that is the incident ray along the optical center of the lens, either in the convex lens or in concave lens. See here, the light rays coming from the source or the object, when get incident on the optical center of the lens, they pass along the same direction. Means there is no deviation in the path of incident ray. So whatever be the initial path of the incident ray, it remain the same even after refraction through the lens. So these are the three basic instances, situations when the particular source of light sends its rays on the refracting surface of the lens, and at different positions they show different nature of deviation, and by considering any two of these situations we will be able to draw the ray diagram for the image formation by convex lens or concave lens, the image formation, the nature of image, their behavior, and the path followed by the refracted rays after the refraction through the lenses will be discussed in the next class. That's all.